好了，跟住我哋就睇啦。You have a minute and you may start now.
So good evening, everybody. The reason why we're here today is that we're going to talk about how to organize a workshop about common health mistakes that people always make in Hong Kong. So let's start with talking about how common these mistakes are made in Hong Kong. For me, I think like a very large proportion of people in Hong Kong did really make this kind of mistakes, and they're not even aware of the problem of making these mistakes. For me, for example, showering every day, I personally didn't even think that this is like an erroneous concept before reading the article. So I think most, if not all, of the people around me will always like shower it, not every day, but at least like 9 out of 10 days. So do you guys agree with that?
Exactly. There are many people who have the misunderstanding about these prevalent mistakes, and due to the research conducted by the hygiene bureaus, the majority of the interviewees don't know why these are the mistakes of health or the well-being. I think that is one of the reasons why these are the mistakes in Hong Kong is due to the new normal. Many want to keep themselves clean in order to prevent themselves from contracting diseases. So they may want to take the hot shower because to eliminate the bacteria, or they want to remove these bacteria from their skin surface. So I think they may have these mistakes. Do you guys think?
I appreciate you guys' ideas about misconceptions of Hong Kongers. They want their bodies to be more clean after the COVID, and they have take excess showers. Moreover, I think that the long working hours of Hong Kong people also lead to these kinds of common health mistakes. For example, skipping breakfast or sleeping or having too little sleeping time is due because of our extreme long working hours and work till you die culture. According to a research conducted by universities of Hong Kong, Hong Kong indeed have the longest working hours among the world. Do you guys think that long working hours is one of the factors of our common health mistakes?
I agree with you, and I feel that because of the long working hours in Hong Kong and the fast-paced lifestyle, I feel that a lot of Hong Kongers decide to skip breakfast and go to work or school with an empty stomach. With that, it really hurts the digestive system of humans, and with that, it's not very healthy. However, I do disagree that people do not shower every day, especially since after COVID-19, a lot of people are more aware about their hygiene and are more afraid of bringing back bacteria and harmful viruses back home. So I feel that those who have the ability to shower every day choose to do so and do not skip showering every day. Let's move on to the next topic, which is the top 3 mistakes to choose for the workshop. Which 3 factors do you think are the most important?
Well, I think we have all discussed those kind of common health mistakes that we have made in our daily life. And for the top 3 mistakes, first of all, I think like showering every day should actually be told that they're maybe according to you, like they're like showering is a good thing for people as they can like eliminate the pandemic viruses from their body, but like it is still stated that there are some potential hazards. So as long as shower is something that everyone will do, I think by listing this mistake for our workshop and introducing the potential threats of having everyday showering will definitely make like the whole humankind be the target audience, which will make our workshop more efficiently work out. Do you think showering every day is something that we should state in the workshop?
I understand your concerns about people showering every day and the workshops talking about the potential disadvantage can make the workshop more effective. But I think that such a workshop just talking about these issues may not be people may just skip showering every day because for hygiene reasons. For me, personally, I think that skipping breakfast, overexercising and sleeping too little is the top 3 mistakes we shall choose for the workshop. As I mentioned before, the long working hours of Hong Kong people lead to these reasons and cause a ripple effect. For example, they have too less time for sleeping, and they therefore just have to skip their breakfast. These factors also lead to they have so less leisure activities, and they may just go to over exercising weekends or holidays.
Exactly. Many teenagers are skipping their breakfast every day because they don't have enough time to eat the breakfast before they go to school. And I think that over-exercising is also another mistake to be chosen for the workshop, because there are many teenagers like doing the exercise in the gym room due to the herd instinct. The social media has many views about doing exercise in the gym room. Some teenagers may jump on the bandwagon and to join the trend as well. So I think it is important for us to include not to over exercising in our workshop.
I agree with the above mentioned points. However, I feel that I would like to emphasize sleeping too little a bit more. This is because this issue is prevalent amongst not only teenagers, but also working adults. For teenagers, it's quite obvious. We are always trying to study. We are always trying to squeeze in our tuition time and our co-curricular activities. It ends up causing us to sleep very little, especially if we use all our spare time on social media such as Instagram. And for adults, it's an even more prevalent issue because they always have to end work late. They have to come back home, cook dinner for their kids. And of course, it takes a lot of time. So I feel that sleeping too little is a common mistake that we should definitely emphasize on. And I feel that this is another common mistake. Does anyone else have anything else to add?
Time is up.
Oh, okay.
OK，今次就係你可以 mark 低幾樣嘢啦。中文聽得明嘛？全部係咪 Cantonese？is it okay right for Cantonese? Then it will be much easier for all of you to understand. 我覺得係如果你又唔搞去，即係有困難可以同我 comment 講。嗱，第一咧，今次都係似一個 individual 多過似係一個。你哋又係嗰個問題4個太勁，不過我覺得啦，即係所以我成日都鼓勵大家多啲去試下講啦。你 in the real world 應該冇乜可能係4個咁勁嘅，咁所以我有啲位咧，我覺得就算啦。因為你太 aggressive 啊，或者太多即係太爭嘢講啊 ，which 今年佢哋都覺得唔係想中咁，即係個比例上啊，咁所以我就會比較講多少少你點樣可以再做好啲啦。即係例如第一個位我唔知係邊，即係總之俾我感覺超級 disconnected 嘅，係成個 overall 嘅感覺，其實係一齊，我自己覺得個感覺啦，係 overall 一齊冇咁好啦，即係好大家 individual， 我成日都講，你哋嘅 individual 嗰個 ability 好強，即係你每個人都跑得好快，但係你加埋一齊就係拖慢咗咯，即係 I think drag down 咗成件事，點解咧？譬如 agree 啦，咁我 feel 到，即係我知大家都好努力噶啦，但係嗰個 agree 咧係唔似真係。 即係唔似係真係 add 緊啲嘢，即係好 formal，即係點講咧？係 it's actually like a formula。例如我其中一個即係我唔記得邊個，所以冇咁開心啊！即係我真係想為件事好啦。可能你講話啊，其實overexercise 咁樣啦，唔係，我想講翻一啲比較即係我睇翻條問題先。嗰陣啊，我已經拎咗幾套 messages。而家佢問你有3個 mistakes，咁我覺得咧，你 showering every day 啊，或者skipping breakfast 我記得啦，我覺得呢個 point 廢差，呢個 point 咧就我唔知點解你哋咁叻，即係我你係 skipping breakfast，即係跟住然之後唔知邊個講咩啦，唔係為個人啊，即係件事，即係其實你哋唔覺得你解嗰度咁叻，跟住我覺得好好笑嘅地方咧，跟住就exactly 係啊 skipping breakfast 咧 ，because many students they are busy every day so they skip the breakfast every day。喂，即係我咁講，你哋咁叻，點會即係點？即係只不過我知你有嘗試 agree，但係你係即係 another version of 一個鸚鵡咯，你明唔明？即係如果我係你哋啦，嗱一係你 agree，你可唔可以擺一啲 biology 嘅 term 喺度啦？即係你話可能咧即係我用中文講先啦，即係咩叫做真正嘅 engaging 就係話係啊，即係我最近睇咗一個 YouTube channel 啦，係 Coffee Lam 嘅，咁佢就咧做咗一個21日嘅即係個 challenge 咧，就係佢唔食早餐，跟住之後咧佢真係入咗醫院啊！即係咁樣先叫一個，即係你明唔明係咁樣先叫一個 meaningful 嘅 contribution 啊嘛，所以我覺得翻到去個問題就係、你哋咁叻嘅時候咧，我覺得你哋要有一個要求就係你去 elaborate 嘅時候，你唔好用解釋，即係你唔好用 reason、impact 同埋 compare，因為咁樣咧，你好容易就會跌咗落去就係我成日都講電動車嗰條問題，我覺得 which is really good 啦。點解冇人買電動車啊？俾建議，跟住就會勁搞笑啦，你就會係叫得 too expensive，跟住個建議就係、平啲啦。喂，即係你唔覺得呢個事呢件事好 ridiculous 嘅咩？跟住然之後咧就係 lack the charging stations 係咪？即係冇嗰啲 charging 嗰啲 chargers，跟住就點啊？so we should add more charge。即係你明唔明嗰個你哋而家咁叻嘅情況，其實要有個人撳咯。即係其實 wait 咁樣啦，wait 有啲好冇禮貌嘅，即係may I add something here? I think we can。你如果其實我想講得去到中後期咧，係完全係即係我覺得前面都叫還好啦，因為你哋每人嘅獨立能力好強啦。應該就係其實都係睇你運氣啦。即係其實係一齊跌咗落去咁樣咯。即係個 overall 其實應該有個人要企出嚟咯。我唔知你聽唔聽到？其實如果你有認真聽啦，其實根本去到中後期咧係一個好點講好機械式嘅一個對話咯。You understand what I mean, right？好 mechanical，即係即係啊！我都知你哋好叻係啦，即係冇嗰啲 I agree with you，但係就會係即係我一聽得出啦 exactly，即係好點講咧？好 intentional，明唔明？呢件事好特登啊！即係好似你即係好簡單，即係你會唔會有時覺得你嗰啲位啊，即係好似你特登，譬如我叫你去擦鞋，但係唔係叫你咁做作咁擦鞋嘛？即係你一見到個老師，即係你嗰個感覺就係 Miss Chan 你好靚。係啦，然之後到 lunch break 嘅時候，Miss Chan you are so beautiful。落放學嘅時候，即係好 obvious 啊，too obvious。你哋每一個 steps 咧，個原因係乜嘢咧？就係因為一啦，即係冇 real examples 啦，去 support 人。你自己有好多係，所以你 individual 好強，但係你都唔幫人嘅。第二就係你哋真係好太聰明咯。One step one sentence，即係我聽得出就根本係好似即係我 even 我係一個外人啦，我就會覺得你根本你就似係你哋背緊啲嘢咯。你知你老師係最憎背噶嘛？你其實就係唔好俾佢知你背。I think this is very important, right？你唔可以俾佢知啊。其實我真係好似 spontaneous 你老師最中意用呢隻字，你快啲 mark 低佢 spontaneous。佢最中意覺得呢個即係 spontaneous 嘅意思，即係話其實呢樣嘢係好 natural 嘅，好自然嘅，自發嘅。你唔好俾佢發現就係 step one、step two、step three，即係你哋去到中學嘅真係有少少誇張嘅。因為你太聰明啦，即係就係懶到咧，講多一句我都唔想講俾你知。咁你嘅即係意思嘅，即係你回應人嘅時候，可唔可以講多一句咧？即係起碼2-3句。咁我咪唔覺得你背緊啲 steps 咯。呢個 point 係好嚴重嘅，就我覺得對於大家嚟講，你太叻，當然好多好好嘅嘢啦，係咪？第二樣嘢啦，我覺得你問我，即係我因為對你要求好高啦，咁唔好介意啦，即係大家你都 feel 到，如果你第一 round 係做啦，對手咁勁，咁你可唔可以默啲比較勁啲嘅 vocabulary 咧？即係嗱，我舉個例子啦，Your group wants to organize a workshop about common health mistakes。我哋 common 呢個字啊， common，我聽咗好少就係 common。嗱，你其實你 common 嘅 mistakes 啦，咁有時 rephrase 啦，我覺得 speaking 嘅要求極低，咁你一定要 common 噶嘛。例如有啲乜嘢字，即係我哋闊少少跟住 mistakes 嘅 Angus 跟 mistakes 嘅。有啲冇 collocation 太難啦，即係你點樣去表達到呢一樣嘢係個 common 嘅個 mistakes 咧？可能你行開咗，唔緊要，希望佢聽到啦。即係我覺得
問哈羅，
哦，然後推你啲 friend，搞笑。嗱，唔緊要唔緊要，所以我覺得咧，譬如你覺得呢個位我你即係 mark 低，譬如話你可以講係個 fatal 嘅 mistakes 啦，可能你會覺得好無聊啦，即係fatal is actually not a very advanced vocabulary item 啊，或者咩，其實唔係咯，其實我想講好多人係唔會食 fatal 咯，咁或者我倒翻轉嚟，哇咁難喎咁樣，咁可以成個去 rephrase 過噶嘛，你就話覺得呢啲 health 嘅 mistakes 咧，其實係一個 acute。即係其實個 acute 嘅 situation，acute 你已經識啦，係咪 ACUTE 咁樣？即係我純粹想同你哋講嘅一樣嘢就係，即係你都知，即係我唔知啊，即係你唔知道嘅時候都好啦。其實你都要咁樣準備咯。但係我有嘅，但係我覺得你始終係個英文啦，我會覺得咧唔好介意啦。其實 Candy 係最勤力嘅，你老師咧就最中意俾呢啲，你知我 feel 到啊嘛。佢好努力去嘗試 jump on the bandwagon 啊。嗱，你好 honest 咁講咧，即係 Candice 嘅，因為全部都熟啊嘛。Candy 嘅嗰個我哋成日講個 natural ability 啦，一定唔夠 Jamie 啦，唔夠 Angus 啦，係咪就係咧？一聽就知啦，係咪？等於 Spencer 講英文，我一聽就知啦，係咪？即係完全係成個世都喺度啦，係咪？But 你要 be careful 嘅位咧，其實老師咧，如果到佢有一個位練得多咧，佢會 even higher。我自己我童年咧有個 friend 咧，覺得自己好勁咁樣啦，即係同嗰啲美國人傾偈啦，即係 ABC 咁樣啦，覺得自己係咪？跟住成日佢錯嗰啲 like，其實 which is not good 啦。咁到最後其實我仲高分過佢個地方就係因為，你要記住，你老師係中意嗰啲 try really hard 嘅人啊嘛，暑假都同你講過，咁所以你要記住要真係 prepare 多少少咯。嗱，因為點樣睇出嚟即係 vocabulary 啦、ideas 啦、例子啦，其實睇得出噶嘛。咁仲有即係要準備一堆 example 去答呢條問題。即係譬如你想講話啊，講呢啲咁樣嘅即係我哋講呢啲 health 嘅嘢啦，係咪？即係 how common 呢啲 mistakes，可唔可以講一啲比較出名嘅人啊？香港其實好簡單啫嘛。你 Harold 最中意㗎啦，佢嘅頭號嘅幾個偶像係邊？因為呢度我哋自己人我就可以講啦，係佢有幾個好朋友㗎，係好明星係邊幾個啊？
張國榮
都得，OK 係呢條問題我知，佢最中意講啲死咗嗰啲嘅，真係救命，你先小心啲。但係呢個 OK 嘅，譬如張國榮咁樣啦，係咪？咁因為佢呢度又唔係，即係我又唔係同你講緊，即係你話好多年前嘅張國榮，咁可能佢哋咧就 sleep too little 啊，死咗似我咁嘅大鑊，係啊，即係 sleep too little，咁啊 that's why 咧佢就好容易會有啲 fatal 嘅一啲嘅 health 嘅mistakes 啊，或者可能佢之後佢有啲好 acute 嘅一啲 health diseases，咁樣好啲咯。你第一樣嘢用明星，其實咪即係我哋 day one 教嗰個技巧咩 CNN、TVB 啫嘛，明星。咁你咪掉咗出嚟，因為你最中意，你噏晒嗰啲明星出嚟俾我哋聽啦，證明你自己全部都背晒啦。
而家講
係啊，而家講啦，我哋全世界等你。
Carol Chan
係咯，就要搞呢度咯。其實知唔知點解 Dodo，即係你知唔知點解 Dodo 真係咧唔拍劇啊？即係我唔知你知唔知啦。即係其實佢全世界都講到明嘅。即係點解 Carol Chan 唔拍劇咧？即係其實佢好紅噶嘛，以前係咪？即係佢以前好靚女嘅。咁你唔好即係 regardless of 而家係咪嗰個？即係你知嗰個 outfit 啊定啦係咪？就係因為拍劇係冇得瞓覺嘅，即係等於你問我點解我唔想再做係咪？即係我中意做啊，中意教書，但我冇得瞓覺辛苦啊。你明我講咩？所以你咪可以講呢啲 example 其實係 very common，even for celebrities 佢哋都會 face it is sleeping too little，sleeping perfect breakfast。你明唔明要有貢獻咪教咗佢哋幾樣嘢啦？就係你要用啲明星。明唔明？你唔係覺得頭先你哋嗰啲嘅 elaboration 係好，即係好可惜咯？你明明就識，係你自己個腦就有嘅，但係你諗唔到原來我要 connect 呢啲嘢，呢個就係英文科最難嘅地方咯。你背咗，你要喺 practice 度用出嚟，唔係就會變咗係啊，即係好好笑嘅。你哋話 speaking perfect is a very big mistake 咁樣佢話 exactly according to research by the University of Hong Kong more than half of the people also think that speaking perfect is 我知得唔得？但係你哋而家個要求咁高啦嘛喺呢度，咁呢樣嘢咧就唔係一個最好 好嘅方法啦，咁樣咯。咁就好多啦，你自己都好中意噶嘛，我費事講晒啦，係咪？即係嗰個即係好中意喺度跑步自拍嗰個啦。咁其實呢啲全部你可以屈佢噶嘛，你話佢其實佢以前咧翻大咁一定拍戲，一定係唔沖涼噶啦。咁以前佢唔拍戲咧 showering every 即係 didn't shower every day 啦。咁到最後咧就影響咗佢啲同屋企人啊各方面嘅關係咁就得㗎。咁所以我覺得呢個就係我第二個 comment 咯，咁樣太沉氣啦。最後啊嗰啲字咯，譬如條問題講 comment，咁你自己都要準備定一堆相關嘅同義詞 preference 又好，其實都好咁樣咯。係啦，非常之好。咁有冇人想練第二組？我哋即係呢一度裏面，我覺得 individual response 爭取時間咧都夜，其實都唔好成日搞到咁夜啦。有啲日日都，總之個 IR 咧就你有興趣你錄俾我咯，可能會快啲，因為咁樣來回大家等緊同一個人講嘢。我覺得今日啊，嗱，如果你有興趣，你想咁啊，你哋其他同學識個鏡頭，跟住就開翻鏡頭，咁我就知道啦。睇下面有冇人想再講，可以重複㗎，所謂啊。Hello Jamie， 係，仲有冇人？冇。Angus， 即係3個鐘，即係仲冇你要重複喺度講啊嘛。有嘅話你就開鏡頭咯。係咪冇啊？冇 extra。有 Rex。好，係全部都係字，其他冇啊，真係唔想講啦。好，有人叫卓，報咗你個名嘅叫卓，係啦，我都將Spencer 個名都改做卓先，卓王係嘛？我叫卓王，好啦，跟住卓咩？哎呀，唔緊要，好眼瞓啊，可能係好眼瞓，我嘅錯，係啦，好眼瞓，好啦，咁 OK 啦，就4個啦，得唔得？你係一個中學老師，點解會係一個中學老師嘅？好啦，係咁唔好意思啊，失禮晒，因為我今日成晚冇瞓覺，係所以我可能有啲 abnormal 啊，係好啦，咁咧就我想講頭先嗰幾個 comments 啊，哇有中學老師嚟，咁好啦，原來有中學老師嚟睇住你哋啊，太好啦，咁可以俾啲 comment 啲同學仔，我都好開心，即係多一個 examiner 啦，係啊，咁。所以咧，我想講嘅地方咧，就係試一試，即係我覺得我對你要求好高啦，其實你哋好多做得好好嘅，即係 honest，但係我最 concern 即係真係好好，但係因為我都係嗰句啦，我唔想講啲咩 good try、very good 嗰啲，你明唔明啊？即係你嚟呢度都唔係想聽一啲 good 嘅嘢啦，係咪？即係我哋唔係誇群啦，very good 咁樣 keep it up 咁樣，咁我覺得係即係嗰啲嘢可以再幫你 secure 到一個 grade 咯，好冇？或者 even upgrade 啊，咁我哋再睇啦。咁所以 keep 住嗰個 momentum，我想再做，我哋唔嘥時間再咩啦。但係譬如頭先嗰啲位，你換咗個人之後，大家可唔可以做好啲？同埋你記住啊，即係個現實係唔係咁 aggressive 㗎？我肯定，即係除非你真係咁唔好彩啦，等等。Normally 一定係有一個 Miffy 嘅，等等。咁你幻想咁嘅情況，所以我唔係好 care 你哋嗰啲究竟係咪好 aggressive or not 咁樣咯。好，咁我哋咧就有計時啦喎。好啦。冇其他人想講噶嘛？好，要係我做埋呢個跟住少少 wrap up 嘅嘢，因為唔想太夜啦，因為你都要 tune 翻個生理時鐘啦，11點幾啦。OK，you have 8 minutes to start。都係頭先嗰條。一樣係啦，但係可唔可以試下換頭先嘅嘢？我已經俾咗個方向你㗎啦，即係嗱，俾咗個方向，俾下新聞啊，有冇人讀 bio 啊？我都忍唔住中意講嘢係，我其實唔應該講咁多嘢嘅。Angus bio 嘅係啦，bio 嗰啲 term 即係你善用啦，唔係叫你背啊，係善用。你知你哋就傻咗㗎啦，即係背晒嗰啲 system 咁樣，即係你善用嗰啲 term 去做專家，其實唔好嘥咗嘛，都讀得咁辛苦，係咪先？咁然後咁你冇個新聞啦，其實我唔知有冇睇過新聞咧，啱啱最近咧就係一個10A 嘅一個學生，其實你唔需要睇咁多新聞嘅，係啦，即係總之你有咯，跟住就話其實需要10A 啦，and then 佢一帆風順啦，係咪 pass the exam with flying colours 啦，and then 佢就會有一個即係我哋叫做 have a very promising career prospect 啦，即係我哋講話好好啦，跟住就然之後有 cancer，其實呢啲就係大家好中意聽嘅嗰啲故事咯，記者。咁你其實呢啲咪就用新聞去 support 嗰件事有幾 common 咯，幾 common 住 study，同埋你個好朋友 Chris Wong 即係仲有可以 documentary 啦，你睇過一啲紀錄片啦，睇過一啲新聞啦，其實都係我哋嗰啲 skill 啫嘛。CNN 同埋 celebrities 啦，咁仲有或者睇一啲書啦，總之呢一堆嘢同埋你嘅 observation 就你個 friend 或者你落條街你見到嘅嘢，其實呢啲一定會考慮 how common， 同埋可唔可以準備好啲英文生字啊啦？講咗咁耐，得唔得？我唔想再聽到 common 同埋 common。 Alright， 好，咁我哋就真係嚟啦，You have 8 minutes and you may start now.
Let's get started. As we are organizing a workshop about some normal common health mistakes that our Hong Kong residents seems to have. And let's get started of talking how common these health mistakes are in Hong Kong. And I would like to delve into the realm of over-exercising. With the prevalence of social media and posts from celebrities like Chow Yun-fat for their marathon experience, people tend to post their progress in gyms in Instagram to gain social recognition. And it just sheds light on the prevalence of the over-exercising common mistakes in Hong Kong. What do you believe and there is any other common mistakes?
Exactly. I do agree with your point about some celebrities may affect Hong Kongers to have over-exercising. For example, one of the most influencing football player, Cristiano Ronaldo, he is famous for his discipline on over-exercising and having always post about his muscle or something etc. Moreover, I think another major reasons for the over-exercising may because of the long working hours of Hong Kong people. According to a research conducted by the universities of Hong Kong, Hong Kong has the longest working hours in the world. Such an work till job culture may eventually just make our citizens have no time to work and even have no time to do their to do fitness to ensure their bodies.
Well, I
I
do
agree
agree
with the
with
point.
you so much. Like in Hong Kong, where Hong Kong is notorious for its fast-pacing life and also the hectic lifestyle. For example, there is a study from the Hong Kong University talking about the Hong Kong workers, especially the office workers. They are having a very severe and fatal mistakes on having too long time for the overtime working, and this may cause sleeping too little, which will also cause as stated stroke and heart diseases, for example, in a very large extent. And also I would like to add on is the skipping breakfast problem. Well, we know that, for example, students nowadays, they have to wake up so early for school, for attendance, and they may not have enough time for having breakfast. So this may cause fatal problem. But for example, the digestive system, for example, the digestive enzyme, they cannot function properly, and this is not only a short-term disease for the students, that it may also cause long-term impact to them.
I agree with the point about skipping breakfast. This is especially so because of social media and TV programs such as TVB, where celebrities are often seen to be very skinny or are very muscular with very low percentage of body fat. With this, a lot of teenagers may strive for such a perfect appearance, and this may cause them to be more stressed about their appearance and cause them to lose weight. So they would choose to skip breakfast, which, like your point, will always cause problems with their digestive system. So I feel that skipping breakfast is also partly because of the standard social media has caused. And with that, I feel that this is another common mistake we should bring up.
Exactly. Like Harold says, the culture of overworking, and also like Angus says, the major phenomenon of skipping breakfast for schools there has been a detrimental problem in our society. And that's why I think these two problems should be enlisted as the top 3 mistakes to choose for the workshop. It's due to the major consequences from these common mistakes. And according to a researchers by the hospital authority, the diagnosis of consequential disease of these common mistakes like fatigue and also the lack of nutrition, like Angus said, has highlighted the severity of these common mistakes to our health. That's why I think we should highlight such alarming problems to the grander scheme of the society. What do you think is the other mistake that we should add in this workshop?
Exactly, alongside with just you mentioned before that I think that skipping breakfast and skipping breakfast and having little sleeping time should also be listed in the should also be listed in the workshop. Just I mentioned before, the overworking and such common health mistake already make our citizens having poor physical well-beings, and others reasons because just they have a stressful life too, and such and having a poor mental well-being too, which may just making their health condition even worse.
Well, I see your points there. Not only for physically burden, but it's also like a deteriorating mental disease for most of the Hong Kong people who suffer from sleeping too late because of the hectic life. And also, I think because we're talking about top 3 mistakes that should be listed. So I think actually carrying a heavy bag should also be considered as one of the option. For me, it has a larger variety of people, like a larger target audience, because it's not only targeting on the students who have to carry a heavy bag because of the lack of like technology developments, like students are not using those iPads to store their homework or their textbook, but also it's about for example, the construction workers. It's not only for a heavy bag, but also for things that will also lead to the problem for their backbone, because their intervertebral disc may be worn out. So they may have a long-term negative impact.
With all these points in mind, I feel that for this workshop to be interesting, I feel that we can incorporate pictures and animations for our presentation about this workshop. With this, we can reach a wide range of audience, because not only will children be able to understand how detrimental such common mistakes are to their health, but also adults will be intrigued by the cute cartoons and animations that they would see from the presentation. This will also make it easier for them to remember about how fatal these mistakes can be, and encourage them to avoid such mistakes.
Indeed, a presentation is an effective way for people to remember the highlights of the
不如
common
俾
mistakes.
你哋講多5分鐘啦，係夠鐘噶啦。不過like 5 more minutes，因為到時冇可能會咁多人講嘢嘅，你明唔明？係我費事係我繼續聽。係5 more minutes 直接 count 啦。OK, continue.
Indeed, I think your presentation is indeed a great idea to highlight the common mistakes of some healthy common mistakes and makes people remember. But I'm afraid that I think the whole presentation given up a seminar seems a bit insipid and monotonous for general audience to get engaged in. And I think an interactive element like providing videos from celebrities like Taylor Swift, for example, he has an detrimental problem in skipping breakfast, leading to eating disorder. And by highlighting this celebrity experience, this can create a relatable prospect for our audience to engage in this experience and remember the highlights and also the downsides of our daily routine.
Well, I think your point just makes sense. By inviting celebrities to share their experience in terms of making this kind of commonly and prevalently seen mistakes in terms of their health problem, this can definitely raise the, for example, the audience awareness in this term of problem. However, I think it is like, I think inviting more local movie stars, for example, Chow Yun-fat, as you have mentioned, would actually be a better recommendation for this, because we're talking about in Hong Kong, and I think having Chow Yun-fat as a very renowned international movie stars actually, but he's also rooted in Hong Kong, we can make the audience be more like they have a greater sense of belonging to him, and they will find it more interesting and more like, yeah, it won't be too out of reach for them, I would say.
Your idea is great. I think local celebrities may being more appropriate in such a case. For example, can invite some TVB drama stars such as Ha Yu, which they have a great influences on local generations, different generations. Also, I think that we should well use the social medias to promote the event. For example, we can organize 21 days campaign named that help our health which can raise the awareness, because nowadays millennials, they just trust so much on their digital natives, and their lifestyle is deeply influenced by the social medias. Do you guys think that using social medias is a good idea?
I feel that the use of celebrities and inviting them for our presentation is a fantastic idea. However, I feel that it may not be as feasible, because I feel that these celebrities are, as we know it, celebrities, which would make it very difficult for us to invite them for our presentation, especially since this is a small scale project where we are still school students, and inviting celebrities for such talks would be very difficult. However, I do agree that the use of social media would be a great way to reach out to a wide range of audience, because in this day and age, everyone has at least Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok. So with that, I feel that social media could be a good way, as not only can we promote our ideas with advertisements, but we could also make a page, like an Instagram page, to promote ideas and the benefits of not doing these fatal mistakes, so that we could live longer lives, and how to keep our digestive systems and our immune systems healthier, so that we could help everyone lead healthier lives.
I am glad because you agree with my point, and I appreciate your contributions to the discussion. But can you give some concrete examples for the difficulties we face in inviting celebrities?
I feel that one difficulty is definitely the cost. And before we even talk about the cost, inviting celebrities and reaching out to their managers, it's going to be a long and arduous process, which would definitely take a lot of time before we can even make our project work and present the common mistakes that people in Hong Kong make. And
well,
even if you get through to celebrities, the cost of inviting them is definitely taken into consideration, because although this may be a good event for them to promote themselves, but still it's a very small audience that they are presenting to. So I feel that it may not be as feasible for them to be willing to participate with us in this project.
Indeed,
really
inviting celebrities to the events may be a strenuous, may take a strenuous efforts to succeed that with. But I think using videos pre-recorded by celebrities is a more cost-saving options. This can achieve the same effects as inviting celebrities. And I think let's switch it back of how to make our audience engage in the experience. We can add some mini games by like creating art and posters for the ideas of something little, and also brainstorming idea and sharing their life experience with others. And these interactions can help people to analyze the whole phenomenon at a grander scheme and be embedded in the phenomenon itself, and get a assistance from professionals idea from the workshop and knowledge that we provided.
Well, I do agree with you, like, very much. Including with the professional idea.
最後一個，我最後講埋。
Okay. The professional idea, for example, inviting the university professors to give some kind of a talk, and then I think in order in an attempt to engage for the audience to engage in the workshop, we can have a hands-on experience for them. For example, we can ask for the professor to teach us how to make a timetable, for example, and also
會唔會一 post screen time control 嚟嘅？
邊個講啊？
你繼續講啦。
唔知邊個講咁恐怖嘅？唔緊要啦，唔緊要，唔緊要，停啦，係差唔多啦，係再講落去就會變咗傾偈噶啦。嗱，我覺得睇下先，我今次記得好啲。嗱，我可以進步咗極多，即係我唔好講嗰個進步係話即係你大家一齊唔升啦，係你真係有得都話整影嚟㗎啦，都話大家係咪先？你成日俾啲信心自己，係啊，雖然大家都明㗎啦 ，Covid 而家真係大家都係中3、中4咁去考，係咪？但係你哋嗰個精英 as in 係真係我講完你真係即刻聽咯，即係所有嘅人，我真係希望 listener 其實都學到好多啦。即係我第一次頭先講係真係好虛，係咪？然後你第二次即刻多咗好多，我哋會叫 substance 啊，即係我哋 substance over form 啊嘛。你而家真係好多 substance 喺入邊啦。咁所以我一堆啦，即係我都唔想同你哋去 job，即係我都因為我唔係同你做 minutes 啦。周潤發去到即係Harold 最中意嘅下雨啦，係咪？佢最中意下雨啦。即係一堆嘢，我聽到一個好強嘅 substance，呢個係好嚟嘅，係咪？然之後到 biology 好多 term 好多各方面嘅嘢，起碼我覺得似呢個嘅，大家真係有自己嘅貢獻，咁所以 overall 即係好開心嘅，係咪？呢個第一，咁但係好多細位咧，超級多，我哋會叫做我哋要 be more meticulous 啦，即係好細緻啲位咧，你要小心啲。嗱，例如我逐個執啦，即係 even 都係嗰句 even listener， 其實你都要學啦，因為其實可能你去到呢一刻去背晒背 idea 背例子係冇辦法嘅，呢個 inevitable 嘅，係咪？即係你咁都冇 idea 喺入面冇 inputs 啦，咁你哋有一陣就會周潤發啦，講，咁得多咧佢就即係有啲咁樣嘅 health 嘅一啲我哋叫mistakes 咁樣啦。咁呢樣嘢點 common 咧？嗱，好 honest 咁樣係，即係我叫你背咗，你有時都諗點樣 set 落去，因為條問題係 how common 你都冇答過去，咁周潤發咁咪即係其實 not common 咯。即係要點講？例如你其實一句啫嘛，即係話 but he's not alone 咁樣咯。我教過你噶嘛，呢一個方法以小變大，係咪？你只係將佢搬翻落嚟 ，but he's not alone。In fact, many of you actually share similar experience。咁然之後你就再講，咁其實我會覺得件事 make sense 好多。其實有時一啲好細嘅一兩句啦，咁跟住到 Harold 啦，其實即係 overall 係好好。呢個就成日上年，我諗我每一年都會提你㗎啦，就係個蔡婆婆嘅比喻咯。蔡婆婆係啦，唔知你記唔記得啦？即係嗰個話上年我諗我最後堂我都會提你嘅。即係其實你望清楚條問題，即係嗰個話即係請你講出咩歌唱組合嘅名稱係咪？跟住然之後，我覺得 Harold 就係生菜白菜糖蒿菜係歌唱組合嘅名稱。生菜白菜菜心，即係你 Harold 係會好容易會犯咗呢一個嘅我嘅一個嘅嗰個危險啊！你明條問題講 Hong Kong，其實我唔知我 get 到，但係其實同 C 朗有咩關係咧？我唔係好聽得到，可能係有關係㗎，但係佢講 C 朗嘛，咁其實。你要解咯，即係我幫你諗到嘅一個包裝就係話其實外國嘅人就係咁啦，C 朗。咁然後你話香港嘅人就係咁，咁你就可以嘗試一下用呢個方法。如果你問我 我會覺得呢個係可以再做好啲嘅地方，係啦。咁即係呢個位好奇怪，又唔話咁嘅離題咁樣又唔會嘅咁樣啦。咁你問我去到中間咧，即係不斷講嗰啲啦，其實即係 social media 啊、celebrities 啊，其實 OK 嘅。咁我即係提大家，如果你要去 quote 一個嘅人咧，人哋有個 title 㗎，即係例如可能一係你就話人哋 director 係咪？人哋就話 CEO 咁樣咧。咁你當然啲你幫我睇清楚啲 publications 嘅嘢。即係 I mean 呢啲嘢，即係你 make sure 作文咁樣 speaking 嘅話，你 make sure 我哋睇清楚就會比較好啲咯。例如頭先even Harold 啦咁講下雨，咁其實 honestly 其實其他人可能都唔知邊個係下雨，咁你要解嘅，你自己好開心，跟住自己好笑，但係其他人係完全O 個嘴嘅。咁呢個咪就係好多呢啲咁嘅位，你要特別去留意啦。嗱，仲有下一樣嘢咧，其實我唔好講即係呢啲有冇立場啦，或者有共識啦。其實呢個方向咧，你都係要。如果你想攞最高分，你就係你要講呢一兩句。你話其實我而家好努力去 reach consensus 㗎啦。你話 I have actually tried my best, made every endeavour to help students。咁點解即係你而家個個案就係，譬如好多嘢都要去揾人去幫手去睇，係咪？咁但係你而家即係我想講，你而家呢個 case，你去 reach 一個 consensus，你要 show 俾人睇。雖然我而家譬如你講啦，其實雖然我哋好混亂，咁但係咧，我哋都有個大嘅方向，我哋都係個 clear direction，就係乜乜，通常都係廢嘅嘢啦。即係譬如話嗱，即係冇得廢啦。即係譬如喺呢一個嘅情景入面，咁你個大嘅方向咧，都即係一定唔會死嘅嗰啲方向咯。即係例如可能講話，我哋都係咧健康係好重要。即係我成日都講個比喻，就係你平時你媽媽會嗰啲收到荷花圖嗰啲啊，你明唔明我講咩咁樣？咁但係咧，即係呢個嘅比喻啦。咁所以其實你既然都冇共識咧，我寧願你又俾咗一個俾我感覺你有呢個高階嘅能力去try 去 reach 一個 consensus 或者 agreement。咁然之後你就去將所有嘅嘢，其實呢個就係佢點樣去 manage 嘅嘢咯。同埋我記得頭先 Jamie 開頭都講啦，就係 change 個 subtopic 啦，唔會 change 個 point。如果你 change 個 topic 咧，只係就 change the point，the topic 啦，change the topic 即係走咗啦，啲人就走晒啦咁樣。咁所以有時就係話啲好細嘅話咧，你都要慢慢即係慢慢一步步㗎，即係去適應啦等等嘅嘢咁樣咯。嗱，有冇特別啲咩問題？大家都好多都好攰啊。
可以講多次咧，啱啱嗰個咩，即係可以同嗰個人講，或者同大家講話咩，已經 trying to reach a consensus 嗰個。
係個英文係咪？係個英文點答？就係你可以講話即係即係頭先講就係 exactly 啦，咁想講 Harold，你記住咧，你 clarify 咧要貢獻之後，陣間講呢個問題。好，答翻嚟先。即係你就可以講話since we do share divergent viewpoints, and it seems that compromises could not be reached during the office hours provided。跟住然之後你就好客氣咁講咯，即係話即係我都 understand 你啊，即係 loyal 嘅一個 customer 啊，各方面講乜，即係求其即係揾啲嘢去作啦。即係如果作文係咪咁？如果你 speech 啊或者咩你就代發皮，咁呢個冇乜特別啦。咁你講完之後，我哋會 share 一啲 similar 嘅 directions。跟住然之後你就再去講，所以我哋個大方向咧，即係話我哋都係要 do something good in the community 啊，呢啲係最好噶啦，咁樣即係為社會咧一定要帶來一啲新嘅嘢。咁我覺得呢個咧就係你可以去。即係我哋即係 kind of 去創業咁樣啦，咁你會容易去寫好多咯，即係呢度嘅嘢，然之後我再幫你去執啊等等嘅地方咁樣咯。可以啊，唔使擔心。仲有冇人啲咩想點冇？咁係咯。你講。
Sorry，我想問，如果頭先好似阿 Harold 問我有冇 concrete evidence for 我嘅 disagreement 嘅話，咁其實如果我知道佢呢個係已經 out of topic 嘅話，我可以點兜翻嚟 and 唔想答，但係唔答咁樣。
我明啊。I think 有兩個 point 講得好好，你講完我爭啲講漏咗啊！即係再 before that 咧，你哋好好嘅 vocabulary 各方面嗰樣嘢好醒啦，一講咧即刻第二次其實好好嘅 prevalent 嗰啲我唔捉啦，你 feel 到即係整體嗰個大家都知道咗啦，所以其實咁樣嘅提點好緊要啦，咁樣幫你咁係啦，你講得冇錯，其實即係 clarify 個問題，大家就記住啦。首先咧，我講過係因為我教嘅係呢樣嘢，我教啦，所以佢就會咁大膽，係咪即係哇咁樣 clarify 啦？咁其實我想讚一讚係好好嘅，即係佢成件事係咪今日出咗，咁啊各方面啊咁樣，咁但係因為即係 clarify 啦，咁但係咧，我先講佢嗰邊先，即係如果譬如可能而家就係暫時即係有一個人去跟住咁樣啦，咁其實咧佢係要好熟，即係好熟我嘅 product 啦 ，even 佢幫手湊一湊啲學生啊等等咁樣，咁呢個就係我自己嘅第一個我自己 concern，但係佢哋嗰邊嘅 concern，佢哋都即係我想講俾你知啦，就係clarify 咁樣啦，即係我想講嗰個sorry，我再翻嚟，即係 clarify 嘅時候，即係我想講 Harold 先 ，Harold 咧重新嚟講，對唔頭先思想有啲混亂，太眼瞓啦，真係唔得，最後幾句重新嚟講得，即係咧。第一 ，Harold 咧，你嘅發言，你係應該講咗自己啲嘢，你講咗你自己啲嘢，你先至可以去講去 clarify 人哋嘅。如果唔係，你嗰個發言係得個10秒鐘，係激死嘅，咁辛苦搶到翻嚟。所以你記住，如果你要做呢任何嘅拋波嘅動作咧，你講晒自己啲嘢先，直接 mark 得嚟，講晒自己啲嘢，最後先講人哋啲嘢。咁我覺得咁樣係會清晰好多啦。咁然後第二個就係講緊啦，好啦，咁其實你覺得佢 clarify，因為我教嘅啫，咁佢就去 clarify 你啦。我自己就會通常係叫 clarify 一啲佢即係對方嘅一啲字啊，或者係啲好似睇落好似好簡單咁樣嘅嘢咯。咁就佢就變咗一個 concrete 嘅 evidence 咁樣係冇㗎。咁我覺得你可以選擇唔答嘅，都選擇答啦。咁但係你如果想答嘅時候，一個公關嘅叫做 parking lot 嘅手段啦，你就話即係 understand 你都要求要揾啲嘢嚟查啦。咁但係你話其實而家最主要嘅，你就話其實 the focus of 呢個 question 係譬如 let's say 即係譬如我咁樣 focus on 呢個 question 係 DSE 咁樣，咁然之後你就同佢定一個，即係你可以唔使答㗎，你就話即係since the focus of the question 係咁然之後咧 and also time is running short，咁然之後咧if we have time we can come back and also we can go through these parts 咁樣咯 ，shall we just put it aside？ 咁然之後你就講得㗎啦。咁樣如果你係選擇係唔想嘅話，咁其實你就可以用一個咁嘅方法去答佢。咁呢個就係一個 parking lot 嘅手段咯。即係你發覺嗰啲記者，即係好多時候問問題咧，其實嗰啲官都係咁㗎。即係2、3、4、5、7、8，都好尖鋭問題啦。咁佢就覺得記者啲問題咧問得好好嘅，都多謝你好有勇氣。其實你就做嗰啲高官。咁其實咧就住呢啲咁嘅提問咧，咁我相信咧大家咧都係今日嘅焦點咧都係財政預算案，其實點樣可以幫到小市民嘅。你聽到明我 Jamie 係啦，咁咧或者我哋一陣咧就我哋將啲問題收集咗之後咧就答啦，跟住到夠鐘嘅時候咧，然之後就係記者全部就完啦，個官唔得閒啊咁樣，其實就即係夠鐘就完咗。咁所以如果你話想唔想答佢咧，就唔需要直接講㗎，咁你咪就咁講個 focus of 乜就得㗎啦，係啊，咁然之後就叫 put it aside 咁樣咯。咁其實呢啲人情世故啦 ，which 即係其實你都明啦，係咪？就係我就要教你，因為要拱大家入大學啊嘛，咁大家要考得好嘛，咁其實 in the real world 就係咁樣做咯，係啦。頭先唔好意思，因為太眼瞓，應該係嘅，又係好而家 OK 時候醒翻啦。而家你應該知我講緊啲乜，咁所以兩邊都有問題，兩邊都可以做好啲嘅，即係 there's much room for improvement。即係 Harold，即係所以要好好嘅練一次，你要 clarify，一定要講嘢先嘅。如果唔係你嗰個發言得個10秒，嗰個10秒係一個即係我唔會稱得上係一個 super meaningful 嘅一個 contribution 嚟噶嘛，即係 Harold 個 case，所以你要 clarify 或者 invite 人。你 always 或者 disagree 人，你 always 記住一定有你自己個 part 嘅30秒 at least，咁我先知道你呢一個 part 其實你係 play a role 去 contribute 呢件事啦。係啦，咁2頭先答咗你啦，咁樣點做咯？係啦，非常之好。咁我覺得如果你要分啊嗰啲，你 offline 再問我，個 WhatsApp 又剩翻佢unban 翻啦，所以你都可以揾得翻我噶啦，一陣即係有即係嗰個9899嗰個。咁所以我覺得呢 OK 啊，其實大家 give it up，咁亦都佢哋 vocabulary 啊等等都係好即係吸收得好快咯。咁所以我覺得好好，譬如 Hectic Life 啊嗰啲都講得到，咁我覺得都好開心。係咯，所以其實去到啱啱嗰次係做得好好嘅，咁我亦都覺得大家都好聰明啊！hashtag challenge 啊嗰啲都 OK 啊。不過我都有個 comment 嘅，就係係啦 ，Harold 嗰個流暢度可以盡量再練多啲 shadowing。如果你再上，因為都係有個卡住咗。咁你話其他嘅 fluency 各方面都 OK。咁我覺得 Rex 咧係可以收少少嘅。呢個有啲似你上年嘅師兄叫 Ralph 啦。咁我唔知 Rex 係咪玩辯論定唔知點樣？但係 public speaking 係咪啊？即係其實好好嘅，因為我自己嗱，我係反面教材啦。你千祈唔好學。我當年嘅 speaking 一定唔係咁，如果咁一定冇咁星嘅。 首先又搶又急又 rush 係咪？又 aggressive，咁老師唔中意呢一種嘅。even 你話我都叫還好，因為我性格係咁，所以你咁我會體諒。咁但係冇一個老師咧會中意咁 aggressive 嘅。咁所以咧我唔知點解，即係可能 Rex 會即係可能慣咗講嘢係咪比較好有力？係啦嗱，其實就互相學咯。Hero 又太冇力。你兩個即係一人一半，黐翻埋一齊就啱啦，咁樣咯。因為有時 Rex 同以前 Ralph 都係嘅，即係好有力嘅講嘢喺度 speaking 嘅時候就係 Today I am going to talk about 咁樣，咁即係類似咁樣係好每一隻字好似係要即係撩到地陷咁啊！你明唔明？即係要紮到好實嘅。其實有時見到 Rex 講嘢好用力啊，咁我覺得唔使咁用力咯。即係你試下學下錄低，即係好似放輕，你當好似你同你女朋友講嘢咁樣，明唔明啊？咁樣嘅話，其實會跟住 Hero 你就要真係個人 tough 啲，係咯，成日都講嘢好浮咯，咁樣就係嗰個 confident 出唔到，咁就 Rex 倒翻轉咧，又好似 too confident 咁樣啦，係似 debate 多啲嘅咁樣咯，即係喺度傾偈，係啦，即係哇，我想 share something 咁樣啦，即係嗱，即係女同學咧就好似講是非，我而家話俾你知個秘密啦，咁樣，即係 Jamie OK 嘅 Candy 都 OK，但係你知好多我哋練過啲 candidate 啦，我哋之前啦係咪唔開名啦？佢又啱啱晏晝頭先同啲學生練啊，都係太細聲，好似講秘密咁 no 係咪 too confident no 係啦，咁然之後嗰啲即係唔夠嗰種實嘅都 no， 咁所以其實你要拿捏得到一種係大家都 comfortable 嘅一個 presentation 咯，咁其實大家都做到嘅，好多人都做到㗎啦，依家我覺得 Candy 係 OK。我覺得 Angus 都 OK，咁但係各位佢哋自己都有自己嘅課題要面對咯，咁所以你頭先要聽，你都可以模仿緊，究竟應該要似邊一個人咁咯，咁其實都係嗰句啦，冇所謂嘅，每個人都有自己嘅課題嘅，係咪？即係你有你自己個 own 好似 assignment，咁就唔使去比較啦，亦都千祈唔好羨慕妒忌咁樣咯，就係即係 that's what I want to share today。好啦，好開心，咁我哋就再約時間啦，睇下可能聽日嘅晏晝定點樣，咁我就同你練一練咁樣咯，咁你自己都可以。
我聽日考咧，咁我即係今日同埋聽日可以做啲咩啊？即係一兩個月就。
哦，可以啊，我醒咗啦，因為係最近係頭先都語無倫次，係啊，所以記住瞓覺，但係要即係要瞓覺啦，好緊要，即係6至7，起碼6個鐘，真係 function 到。咁我覺得最緊要第一樣嘢就係要做好個，即係 Angus 個 case，如果正常就要做 shadowing 啦。咁我覺得你唔需要啦，即係模仿。咁我覺得你要做嘅就係要溫翻好一啲secret example 咋。咁我哋基本上都成日講嘅5大主題，咁我再講一次啦。年輕人、學校、social media and tech、workplace 同埋 popular culture，咁你見到一直我哋嘅所有啲嘢都係有用嘅，然後溫翻啲作文嘅框框啦、建議、駁論咁呢啲嘢，咁最後一個部分就係啲句式啊，同埋 sentence pattern 同埋嗰啲字句，唔使好多噶啦，兩裏面你就即係自己揀翻10個一啲你學過啲進階嘅字同埋句式，咁到最後咧就會係。即係練嗰啲 interaction skills 咯，冥想式咁做咯。咁你每晚求其篤幾條咁樣，然之後你就計時7分鐘，做完之後，咁然之後你就可以再去錄低聽翻自己嗰個位，其實都好快知道嗰個重點咯。其實最主要都係練嗰個我哋叫做用即係我哋叫冥想式嘅操卷啦，就係要練嗰個速度同埋時間。即係如果你 Angus 嘅你個 case，你就慳咗好多時間，唔使理 grammar 啦，亦都唔使理嗰啲 structure 啦，即係好多其他嘢咯。所以你應該簡單嘅，做幾多題冥想式，我覺得10條咯，即係你做到10條都8條咯。咁因為即係好快，你最多唔錄㗎啫。但係你要練啲咩咧？你要練到肌肉記憶，我成日都同你哋講咯。係最後你記住就係一起身要做咩 ？Angus 係第一件事係一起身你係啊，你一起身要練好多次，係你同我都好眼瞓。你一起身第一件事做咩啊？係。但你第一起身第一件事，你唔知咁樣，一定有個動作㗎。即係譬如 Spencer，我就一定係撳手機嘅，慣咗，即係睇下有冇啲重要嘅事啊嘛。即係你可能又鬧我咁樣，點算咁樣？你係咩啊？冇可能唔知㗎。
我都
即係撳手機。或者係咯，撳手機或者去廁所咁樣，即係我就係點解要同你講呢樣嘢，就係其實你要做到呢一種好肌，你就係已經去到肌肉記憶啦，都唔記得咗係點樣，所以你而家我覺得而家就係呢個係你要去準備嘅嘢咯，即係要去到做肌肉記憶，係啊，咁咯， 好啦，咁我哋再傾啦。係有咩我哋再講。我睇下希望喺晏晝可唔可以 schedule 到一場，係啦，中間有個 break 嘅咁樣咯。咁唔緊要啦，我再 check 轉頭再覆大家啦。好，咁我哋早啲休息啦。拜，係啦，要分享嗰啲嚟 individual 再揾我啦。拜拜。